Hi guys, I'm back again with another video about life in Dubai, and in this video I'm going to share about the real cost of living in Dubai as an expat. I'm going to cover the rent, which is one of the biggest expense. Second is the utilities, third is the food expense, and the transportation. These are the four big buckets of expenses that every expat, everybody who is residing in UAE has to bear, and I'm going to share the real cost of living with examples, so stay tuned. The first section is the rent, which is probably one of your biggest expenses, but the tax-free salary of Dubai definitely helps cover that cost a little bit. In general, for most of the people, around 35% to 45% of your paycheck is going to go towards your rent, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people also choose to live in outer areas like Sharjah, which are cheaper as compared to Dubai, but definitely involves a lot of time in commuting, with somewhere like 2 to 3 hours a day. If you're talking about downtown Dubai, a studio can easily cost you anywhere from 60 to 90k dirhams per year, whereas if you talk about areas like Deira, the cost can significantly come down to 22 to 30k dirhams per year. So it definitely matters in which part of Dubai you're choosing to rent an apartment. Upscale areas like downtown Dubai or Dubai Marina are definitely going to bear a much higher cost as compared to maybe old Dubai kind of areas, which is Deira. The high cost of rent in Dubai is one of the reasons why a lot of people also choose to share apartments or take partitions. In Dubai, what we generally have of sharing a room, what they have done is they have put a physical wall in a room to divide it into two halves, which are the partitions, and then they rent that partition out. So for example, if a studio would cost you around 30k to 35k per year in an area which is close to metro, if you're living in a partition, this cost can come down to 1.5k to 2k dirhams per month. It definitely makes a lot of sense if you are getting a partition in that cost in an area which is close to metro, because living close to metro is very important, as cabs can be very expensive. So when you sign a contract, you have to sign a lease, and that involves also giving a security deposit, which is in general 1 month of rent, and a agent fee which can be anywhere around 5 to 7%. In addition to that, you also have to give Ejari fees, which is basically a amount of around 250 dirhams, if I'm not wrong, that you have to pay to the Dubai Land Department for your tenancy occupant contract, and this is renewable every year, and in practice it's the tenants who have to pay that amount, but sometimes owners can also help you cover it, but most of the times it's the tenants that have to bear the Ejari fee. The next section is the utilities. So every Dubai resident has to create a DEWA account, which is your bill for your electricity and water. It is kind of your second biggest expense, because electricity, because of the hot weather, especially in summers, can really bring your electric bill as high as 2 to 3k for a 2 BHK. For example, I was living in a 2 BHK and my DEWA bill used to range anywhere from 1.3 to 2.3k per month, depending on the month that we are looking at, with the highest, of course, peaking in the summers. For the internet in Dubai, you have two major government providers. One is DU, the other is Etisalat, and you do not have any third telecom providers, unlike in countries like US or India. So the interesting part about this is that the buildings are pre-assigned to DU or Etisalat. So as a tenant, you don't get to choose which connection you want to go with. You have to apply for the connection that the building is at. The internet is actually quite expensive in Dubai. I remember I was paying somewhere around 500 to 600 dirhams per month. So the next section is food. Of course, this cost is going to vary from every person and family, depending on a lot of factors of whether you're cooking yourself at home or you're eating outside most of the times, or you hire a cook to cook for you. So in my case, I had hired a cook that I was paying 700 or 750 dirhams per month, and for that amount he used to come every day 6 days a week and cook for the two of us, and also clean the apartment twice a week. Now the cost of the cook can also vary from areas to areas. I was living in downtown Dubai and that was the cost I was paying, but I was told that more experienced cooks can charge you a lot more money. A lot of people also choose to keep full-time help, which can cost you somewhere around 3k or 3.5k dirhams per month. Now this is a very convenient option if you have a maid room at home, but with this option you have to take care of their annual travel back to their home country, and of course you have to take care of their accommodation and food. In my case, since I had a cook who used to cook for us, but we also used to love eating outside at least 3 to 4 times a week, it used to cost us somewhere around 4k dirhams per month. The last section is transport. The first option for you as transport is metro or bus, which is the most commonly used option. A single ride can cost you anywhere from 3.5 to 8.5 dirhams per ride, but most of the people who use metro and buses take a Knoll card, which is like a monthly pass costing you anywhere from 350 to 550 dirham per month. The next option is owning a car, which can come anywhere from 1k to 2k dirhams depending on if you've taken a second-hand car or you've taken a first-hand car or how much you're driving. The third option is Uber, which is also known as Careem in Dubai. Now, for a short trip, it can range anywhere from 30 to 60 dirham per ride, and for airport pickups or drop-off, it can range from 70 to 200 dirhams per ride. This is a very expensive option, but a lot of people choose to take it if you don't own a car or you don't live near a metro station. And the fourth option, which is my favorite and which I took, is the monthly car service. So when I was working in Dubai, my office was around 30 minutes away from where I was living, and I didn't own a car, and the metro station was 15 minutes driving distance from my place. So I subscribed myself to this monthly car service where I used to pay 1600 dirhams per month for pickup and drop off every day 5 times a week at fixed hours. Now this is an option which is mostly taken by people like me who are in a situation where they don't own a car or they don't live near metro station, but then Uber is very expensive. So this option actually helps lower the cost a bit and also provide you with a fixed time car service. At the end, I would just like to add that Dubai is not cheap. It is not inexpensive, but it is strategic. If you can understand your spending, then you can really have an amazing lifestyle in Dubai. But if you don't, then you can drain out your money really fast. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give a like if you found this video helpful. Comment where you're watching this video from and if you're also looking to relocate to Dubai.